Yo, what's up guys? It's the Elephant and I am going to be doing a garage tour of my Japan Pro Tour collection. So the update has been out for a bit now, and I did do that pretty big 1.1 million pack opening, plus then a few random ceramics on my own, like that one where I got that Nissan GTR, which isn't actually Japan Pro Tour. And I did also open one of the Subaru carbon fibers, which you might have seen in the recent video, which was just that little 22-second clip, because it was just like one Subaru carbon fiber. And so this is basically what the Japan Pro Tour collection is looking like now. And the reason that I am doing this video is because the offers are going to be coming out soon. So if you haven't gotten the new update yet, there is a new update that you can download in the App Store, which basically is a bug fix for the problems they're having with the offers. So now the offers will actually be available. So they're probably coming out tomorrow. Well, yeah, they're most likely supposed to come out tomorrow. So I will be doing then the big gold pack opening on that. I'll most likely be opening up all the offers, depending on how expensive they are. But I feel like I'll be able to manage to get enough gold in the end. So I should be able to hopefully open up all the offers. But first, let's take a look at basically what my Japan Pro Tour collection is looking like as of right now. So why don't we scroll to the very beginning first to see what we have in the beginning area. There we go, just had to scooch my chair up a bit forward. So, a lot of slots, because I also did have to buy one of those slot offers, which is also why my gold is down a bit. But I now have a bunch of slots, so now I'm ready, basically, for whenever those offers do come out. So, this is the lower end so far. I am trying to work on collecting all of the commons of the new update and basically max them out. And this is basically the progress that I've made so far. I have slowed down a bit, though, because I am trying to work on getting ultra rare food now, because I have 2 ultra rares, which isn't even enough. Otherwise I would have already put another fuse into my Subaru, which you'll see in a second. But let's talk about commons right now. So that's basically why the common upgrading has slowed down a bit. So Suzuki Key works. This is actually a very good one. I have it maxed out 323. This one I would definitely recommend you keeping, because front wheel drive performance tires, really strong stats, medium ground clearance, and 727 weight. It's a pretty solid all-arounder for 10 RQ. Next project, this is the current project, the Nissan Skyline 2000 GT. And then I got a couple other comments here. So, Nissan Sunny, it's nothing really to note on. I just maxed it out because of my friend who I also opened up the packs with, Sunny. So it's kind of funny then that there is a Nissan Sunny in the game. Nissan EXA looks decent. I have it maxed 323. It is low ground clearance, also very light. All these cars are pretty much very light. Looks like it has like decent stats for an RQ14. RQ15 Suzuki Swift, so just the generic RQ15. The Suzuki Servo is actually a pretty good one though, because it is similar to the Subaru Rex, where it has really good OLA and then it has pretty strong stats to back it up. Subaru Vivio Bistro is a 4-wheel drive standard tire car, which you don't see very common with commons. Like, I guess you don't really see very many 4-wheel drive standard tire commons. So that's basically why I maxed it, and it also has a mustache, which is kind of funny. Then another project basically that I just have kept, the Nissan Mach Turbo, same with the Nissan Datsun 810 SSS. Now these two are actually good commons though that I recommend definitely keeping. The Nissan Wingroad Aero Sport Limited, it's basically a lesser version of that Ford Focus Coupe Cabriolet, whatever that RQ19 Ford common is. Actually I'll just show you quickly because I have one. It's right here, the Ford Focus Coupe Cabriolet. Yep, I was right. It's basically just a lesser version of that, but also for less RQ. So, it's a pretty solid car. Then we got another great one, which is the Nissan 260Z, which is basically a better version of the RQ18 Opel GT. It is light, decently light, I guess you could say. It's decently light for a common, and pretty strong stats all around. So, it's also a good one that you should definitely work on keeping. Then the Nissan Sentric I have maxed basically because it was my first Japan Pro Tour car I got. This is a new one that I got, the Suzuki Alto. It has 4-wheel drive performance tires, medium ground clearance, and very light. So that'll probably be a project I'll work on soon. Suzuki Swift, kind of your generic medium ground clearance uncommon. Oops, man, the sensitive slider is still here. Nissan Silvia is one of the cars I had on my wish list. Same goes for the Nissan 280Z. I got both of them, so I'll probably max them out at some point. Nissan Navara is kind of cool just because it's a rear-wheel drive all-surface tire, so it'll probably be useful for clubs maybe. I'll just have to see about that. Nissan Silvia, I just like the Silvia as a car. This one has really good 0 to 60 for a Japanese car, so I'll probably 332 it. Subaru Rex. Basically a four-wheel drive version of the common Subaru Rex, plus it's faster, so it's an uncommon. Pretty decent looking. Subaru Impreza Casablanca. Now, even though people don't really like the looks of this car, I actually kind of do. I kind of like the way this car looks. If you look at it, basically you can't really see it very well with this photo, but it's basically a Subaru Impreza, but with that front end. Now, you can't really see it from this photo, but that's basically what it is, and I actually kind of like the way that looks, so that's why I'm keeping it, and also four-wheel drive standard tires. Nissan Micra, basically just your generic run-of-the-mill RQ28 medium ground clearance car. This one's a good one, though. It's the only actual rear-wheel drive off-road tires, like rally car, that you can get that's an uncommon. So it's a pretty good one that I would definitely recommend keeping, especially if you're interested in playing clubs, because it'll be a pretty key one. I've already had it be pretty useful with lower Q club events, 31 races, 87% win ratio. And then we got the Suzuki Swift, which is basically just a pretty strong medium ground clearance car. And the Nissan Fairlady, which is basically the Chrysler Conquest TSI, but lighter. So that's basically that then. Now, on to rares now. I have not too many, because I haven't really gotten any of like the interesting ones that I want to max out. I did get the Nissan Stagea though, Stagea. I did get that one, which is one I basically maxed out immediately because it is very high handling for a rare four-wheel drive standard tire car. Also the Nissan Skyline, because I did finally end up getting a rear-wheel drive performance tire of car of the new update. So that's why I maxed that one out then. Subaru Legacy Outback was my first rare of JPT. Subaru Impreza, because it's an Impreza, and I like my Imprezas. The Suzuki Jimny, because it's light, and I don't really have very many lower Q off-roaders, so that's why I'm keeping it. And then the Infiniti, just because I like the way it looks. Now, super rares now, not really sure how many of these I'm actually going to be keeping, but I do have a few that I know I definitely will keep, which is the Subaru BRZ TS. I'll probably max the Nissan Cedric, and the, sensitive slider again, and the Subaru Legacy GTB Touring Wagon. Now, I may also keep the Nissan Bluebird because it doesn't look half bad, but I'm not too sure about this Nissan Bluebird because four-wheel drive standard tires, but it's got kind of mess stats, so it all just depends if I need super rare fuse or not. If I don't, I'll probably keep it then because it, I don't know, I just kind of like the car a bit. But I do have two maxed out cars, which is the Nissan Frontier Attack, a great one that you should definitely max out if you get it. 13 races, 100% win ratio, and I was using it in more high-end club events, not just like racing against hutchbots or people with bad hands. I was using it against like some of the top-tier rally cars, and it would win all the races, so it is definitely one you want to keep. And then the Subaru Legacy, it's just a pretty strong four-wheel drive performance tire, all-rounder, medium ground clearance type of car, so not really bad in all areas when it comes down to rain. And then the high end now, I have my Subaru Legacy 2.5 GT TS Touring Wagon BR, very long name, which I got in the Subaru Carbon Fiber, currently working on maxing it out. So it's the current max out project because I like the car, it's a Subaru. Then my Ultra Rare, which I got from the 1.1 mil pack opening, the Subaru Forester S Edition, already maxed 323. And it's not too bad of a car. I've used it a bit in clubs, 19 races, 84% win ratio. Then I have my 123 Subaru Impreza WRX STI version V GC8F. Now this is a rather interesting car. It's not good, but it's also not bad. It's more of the car that'll lose the races you want it to win, but then it'll win the races you weren't expecting it to supposed to win. So 50 races, 78% win ratio, but I'm also using it in the prelims, which is why I have it upgraded so far, and it's also one of like the main cars for the Volkswagen Finals coming up. And I'm also an Impreza fan, so that's why I'm basically going to max out any Impreza that I get, that I keep. So I decided why not just start working on this one, which is why I'd have at 1, 2, 3. And like I said, it's the car that'll lose the races that you want it to win, and it'll win the races that you weren't expecting, or you didn't really place it there to win, because it has kind of trash MRA. I think it's like in the 50s or 60s. But the one thing that does have going for it, besides it also missing traction control, is it is rather light, 1,165 in weight, so that's where that win races that you don't actually expect it to win comes in, because it does actually sort of win races you don't expect it to come in with winning then, because of that very light weight, and it does have a rather strong 0 to 60. I'm hoping that I'll be able to beat the Evo 4s on the city streets when I have it maxed out, and I feel like it should, but it all just depends. Also, hopefully I can maybe get up to 94 handling with 233, but I'll just kind of have to wait and see when I get another Fuge Ultra. And then the big boy, the Nissan GTR Track Edition, I have at 112, because I did decide to put the fuse material, the 3 Epic fuse I had waiting around for the new update, which I was hoping would be German. It wasn't German, but this is basically good enough. I like this update a lot, so I'm totally fine with this being Japanese anyway. So that's why I decided to put the fuse into my Nissan GTR, then into handling, because handling will be the area that'll help it a lot, because I'm not really planning on maxing out the GTR Track Edition anytime soon. I still have my Gumpert, which I want to finish, and I have a couple other projects, but it is actually rather high up there on the project list because it's a new update car, and because it's got some rather strong stats for its RQ, except for the non-existent MRA of like 70, which is pretty low for a legendary. It's more like 75, but about that. So that's why I put in handling then, because handling will make the most impact over time. Usually weight is more of the first upgrade you want to do, but it's not really for a legendary. It's sort of like whatever floats your boat, I guess, when it comes to legendaries. But yeah, so that's basically the Japan Pro Tour hand. Hopefully we can get some more ultra rares, maybe some more epics. Even another legendary would be nice. But basically I just want to work on building up the high end, because when you look at then my American Frontier collection, no legendaries. I didn't pull any legendaries from it, even though opening all those packs. But I do have a very well-rounded area of epics with dragsters, good all-rounders, low RQ performance, and then also a four-wheel drive standard tire car, which is sort of like a specialist car. And then decent amount of the good ultra rares. Like, I am missing a few of the other better ones, but I do have most of the key ultra rares that you want to have. And then super rares is, yeah, and then also the lower tier. I'm kind of doing good with the lower tier in Japan Pro Tour, even though I am missing a few of the super rares. But now I just need to work on the higher tier stuff, which will hopefully get some good stuff from the updates, and maybe there will be a Tri-Series tune-up. That would be very nice, because that would be free carbon fiber basically for me, because looking at this is probably a carbon fiber winning garage, I'd assume, for the Tri-Series tune-up. So yeah, that's basically going to conclude it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this type of content, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that cool stuff. I'm Elephant. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.